Stop. When entering the garage for the first time, it is important to press the horn. This warns anybody inside that you're about to enter and prevents accidents. The first thing you need to do when you drive the vehicle into the garage is to note down the mileage. If the mileage is over 15,000 miles, you will be required to fill in a 15,000 mile plus checklist. This will be covered later. If the vehicle is under 15,000 miles, then record the information as usual on the daily vehicle preparation log. This is the daily vehicle preparation log, and it must be filled in for every vehicle you make ready for rent. In the registration box, you should write the registration of the vehicle you are cleaning, followed by your name and your signature. Your name and signature verify the vehicle you have cleaned meets the ready to rent standards. In the following boxes, you must record the current mileage of the vehicle. If the mileage is over 15,000 miles, you must complete the 15,000 mile plus checklist and tick the box. You must also record all of the tyre pressures and answer the questions relating to the tyre tread depth, if the vehicle needs a service, and whether the tax disc expires this month. One of the most important things to check when making a vehicle ready for rent is the tread depth on the tyres. If a vehicle does not have sufficient tread depth, it could cause the vehicle to lose grip and cause an accident. Stop. If you find a vehicle that has a tyre which is under 2mm, you must report it to your manager. The vehicle will need a replacement tyre before it can be rented. Tyre pressures on a vehicle are also very important. Too much air can cause a rough ride, while too little can cause overheating. The correct tyre pressures are usually listed on the driver's doorpost, or as with this model, under the fuel filler cap. It is important to match the amount the vehicle pressures need to be with the size of the tyre. The size of the tyre can always be found on the tyre wall. Europcar always inflates its vehicle's tyres to take a standard load. Under the bonnet, the most important things to check are the levels of the oil, screen wash, engine coolant and brake fluid. When checking the engine oil, first remove the dipstick, wipe off any oil, then place the dipstick back into the engine. Pull the dipstick back out and look at the oil line on the dipstick. If the oil line is half or over, then this is acceptable for rent. If it is under half, you will need to top up the oil. We recommend the use of a funnel to reduce the mess. The screen wash should be filled up and a visual check should be carried out on the engine coolant and brake fluid levels also. The vehicle's interior is something that needs to look clean and tidy, as it will be the place the customer spends the majority of the time. The first step in this process is the vacuuming. When vacuuming, make sure that you vacuum both the floor, footwells and the seats. When vacuuming the back of the vehicle, make sure that you first pull the front seats forward so that all areas under the seats can be vacuumed. Cleaning the trim of the dashboard gets rid of any germs and makes the vehicle look more presentable to the customer. Stop. Before using any of the cleaning chemicals, you must first read the cost sheet that links to the cleaning chemical you wish to use. On this sheet, you will find a list of the personal protective equipment you must wear when using these chemicals. When using the trim cleaner, you should aim it directly at the surface you wish to clean, making sure you clean the dash and the instrument panels, as well as the door seals, floor mats and the pedals. A lot of customers will choose to use satellite navigation systems to get them where they need to go. As this is the case, a lot of vehicles that are returned have marks on the windscreens. It is important that these marks are removed for the next customer. Europcar does have a strict no smoking policy in vehicles. Unfortunately, some customers choose to ignore the policy and smoke in the vehicle regardless. As this is the case, every vehicle should be sprayed with deodorizer to get rid of any unwanted smells. This is a 15,000 plus mile checklist. This checklist must be completed without fail if a vehicle's mileage shows over 15,000 miles. The checklist is very self-explanatory and requires you to tick to verify that individual parts of the vehicle work and are accounted for. For certain sections, for example, checking that the lights work, you will require the help of a co-worker. The last thing to do before taking the vehicle into the wash bay is to place a hanger on the rear view mirror and promotional materials on the passenger seat. The reason for the hanger to show that the vehicle is clean and ready to rent. When washing the exterior of the vehicle, it is important to check if the chemicals you are using require you to wear any personal protection equipment. When washing the vehicle, ensure all the windows are washed thoroughly, as it is important for the customer to have maximum visibility. While not a safety issue, clean wheels on a vehicle are one of the first things a customer will notice. It is very important that when using the pressure washer, you do not aim the pressure washer at people or animals. The water jet can be doing over 300 miles per hour and can inflict serious damage to a person's skin and eyes. Finally, park the vehicle into a suitable bay, lock the doors and give the keys to your fleet manager. The vehicle is now officially ready for rent.